Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Iconic Repaints back with a new video. Today I'm looking at the Resin Chef Mothra Larva 30 centimeter scale garage kit, resin kit. And this is not like anything I've done a video of yet, as in this is not a repaint in any way. This is not a figure review that has come assembled and I'm just taking it for like a little spin. This is something I've had to build and paint myself, which is my first time doing this, at least to this scale. I mean, I've put model cars together and stuff as a little kid, but I never really was good at it and I never finished them. So that just goes to speak of my attention span. Anyway, so I said in my very first Funko Pop video, which was the Predator video, that my whole inspiration for doing these Funko Pops was learning how to paint, learning techniques with line work, with shading, with texture, just so I could apply it to my more ambitious idea, which was getting one of these fancy Godzilla kits from Japan, and hopefully making it, doing it some justice. So I started doing these Funko Pops from start to finish. I mean, I could definitely say already I've learned a lot. I'm getting better in technique along the way. I've had a lot of help and kind of mentoring with other people doing this kind of stuff. It's, the community itself has been great. Same as well with this resin kit. So I actually got this in a Facebook group. Somebody was selling it, I forget for whatever reason, but they're selling it really cheap. And for me, it was a perfect opportunity to get some practice. This is not the kit that I started doing all this painting for, but in the meantime, while I was waiting for that one to be shipped to me, I had this one that I knew was going to be practice. I knew I was going to do it first because I need to see where the hell I was in skill level. Also, I wanted to kind of work my way around resin a little bit. I was unfamiliar with it. I've only done vinyl, and so I finally cracked this baby open after months of leaving it in a box, just because I was intimidated to fail. I didn't want to see how bad I was at this. And like I said, that community also is really great too. And they, some of the people I know personally, they do these things, these Godzilla kits, and they've talked me off the ledge and gave me a lot of good feedback and advice and told me what tools to use. I had to get a Dremel for this, which I never even knew what a Dremel was. I'm not handy at all. So if it's not painting, then you don't want me doing it. But this was good practice, and I eventually started kind of learning my way around the material, because it's not like a mass produced from a fancy company. A lot of these casts, these resin casts, they're not molded perfectly all the time. It's usually a one guy studio trying to bust out 200 or 300 of these kits, and yeah, there's just parts of them that just aren't. You have to kind of shape it on your own. You have to sand it down and smooth it out so that pieces fit the way they should. Then you have to worry about pinning, which is at pivotal parts in the kit, like the heavier parts. You make sure that the pin is drilled into both sides of the kit, so it helps support the bond and the glue. Especially with a kit like this, you think it's Mothra, so it's easy. I mean, there's no arms, there's no legs, there's not a whole bunch of spines or anything like that. But because she's not laterally crawling on the ground, she's also she's kind of vertical in her front half. So that's extra weight that's now kind of going to be applied to this kit over time. So you want to make sure she's pinned well. You want to make sure that the glue kind of holds her in position well enough so that it doesn't weaken, and all of a sudden one day she's kind of split in two. So after you get all that, then it comes down to the paint. I know with Mothra larvas, there's variations of browns that can be used to paint this, but I went with the little postcard image that came with this kit, and I kind of just wanted to keep it as close to the source as I could, so I stuck around there, even with the color of the base. First I made the base too gray, then I made it too sandy white. Then I realized I had to kind of add some apricot color mixed in with those other colors, and yeah, this is finally the color that I was aiming for, and I finally got it. Started off painting with the airbrush. After I cleaned the airbrush once, it just wasn't really working the way I wanted it to, so I went back to my bread and butter, which was the hand painting, and eventually got to this, and so I'm really happy with the way this came out. It's, you know, it was great practice. I'm so glad I did it, because I'm really thankful that the first time working around resin and kind of learning these tricks wasn't on this expensive kit that I really invested into, that I was paranoid about it coming out perfect. I did do that kit. That kit has arrived. I love it. It's amazing. It will be up on the channel, but as you know, I try to keep things kind of in order, so I do have a few other things to put up before I am working on that video. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for this Resin Chef. For the longest time I thought it was Resin Chief, but it's Resin Chef, and it's a 30 centimeter Mothra larva. You know, I've kind of slowed down on Funko Pop customizing. I still got a few of the videos to put up for them to catch up. It was like my phase 1 of Funko Pops, but I'm not, you know, I haven't really had any time to really focus on the Funko Pops, because I've had so many Godzilla commissions come in, and I'm happier doing those. I mean, I can paint Godzilla now pretty much in my sleep, so that's always good, and it's just kind of a little more nostalgic to me. You know, Godzilla was always like probably the #1 thing that I was really into as a kid. So been working on a lot of those, and those are overwhelmingly my commissions right now, is Godzilla focused. So hopefully I'll get a chance to kind of catch up on some of these Funko Pops that I do have waiting to be painted on, but in the meantime, the Godzilla projects just keep rolling in. I'm okay with that. But I have a lot of cool things to show off. A lot of cool things going to be posted up on the channel soon. So definitely like and subscribe, comment, or ask your questions. I'll get back to you. And yeah, stay tuned. It's not going to be a long wait at all for the next video, and just cranking them through. Everybody have a good night. Peace.